It's 9:30 in the morning on the East Coast, 6:30 in the morning on the West Coast, and in Malaysia, it's 1972, which is all right because all the good music happened in the 70s. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Hey, good evening, everybody. I am delayed because I'm trying to get my YouTube channel broadcasting, and it ain't working again. I swear. I have tried. Oh, now it says I am live. But we'll see about that. So, give me. Hey, it worked! Oh my God, it's actually working. I cannot believe it. Unbelievable. Okay, and it actually looks pretty good over there on YouTube. So I'm on Facebook. I'm not wearing pants. Jay Sheldon on YouTube, and of course Twitch. Jay Sheldon, no pants on Twitch. Why am I so big on Twitch? I shouldn't be so big, but I am. My picture is huge. Sorry about that. Hey, where's my chat box? Why don't I see my chat box? Let's go to studio mode. That's not it. Okay. Schedule stream. Again, sorry. You just have to deal with the old boomer who's trying to figure out the tech. But I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Once again, it's kind of a test stream. I'm still working bugs out. But we'll see what happens. Okay, the only thing I'm missing is my... No, that's not it. Don't do that. Okay. Give me a second and I'll figure this out. I don't want the dashboard. I'm trying to put my there it is. Hello, Bio. Oh, finally I can see you. Hello, Bio. Yeah, 9:30 here. Grabbing a coffee and relaxing. And I have a coffee, but I'm not relaxing. This is like my lifeblood. I'm addicted to coffee. I drink a pot every day, if not more. And I even drink it right before I go to I go to sleep. Doesn't bother me. All right. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. I hope your New Year was wonderful. I mean, I know it's already 3 days into the new year, 2021, but already feeling better about life in general, I hope, and how things are moving along. I had the best New Year. I've told you before, I'm addicted to slot machines. Yes, I know slot machines are the worst way or the best way to lose your money. baccarat, poker, all those gambling things. Much better ways to win money. But it is what it is, and I'm addicted to slot machines. So I play slot machines, knowing two things: knowing that I'm going to lose, likely, and I have an entertainment budget, and that's what I spend. And when that's gone, I stop and I go home. Well, my significant other and I decided to spend New Year's, of all things, because there's nothing going on. We're still kind of half-ass locked down and half not locked down here, so kind of like tapala, which is a Malaysian phrase that means like, yeah, whatever. Um, Renee, 2042. Hey, Jay, how you doing? I'm doing great, Renee. Is that the Renee I know from Florida? No, it can't be. All right. Well, if not, hi, and if it is, hey, great to see you again. I ain't leaving. I'm in bed and I don't want to get up. I don't blame you. All right. So anyway, I was on gambling. Um, we decided there's nothing going on. There's nothing much happening. So we would spend New Year's Eve at Genting Highlands at this casino because it's what we like to do for fun, and it's a great way to pass the time. So we headed to we headed up to Genting on New Year's Eve, and I took out a certain amount of money, which was my entertainment budget, and I decided to take a chance and play the slot machines as I always do, and I lost, and I lost more, and I got down to like my last $50, and I was betting maybe 6, $8 a spin, so that's not a whole lot of spins, and I won. I forget what, like 7 or 8 hundred. Again, this is ringgit, not USD. I think the ringgit these days to USD, it's like a one USD is maybe four ringgit 20 sen, somewhere in that neighborhood. So anyway, I won 7 or 800, and then I won again, and I won again. I switched machines. I bet higher, stupid thing, but then Jay goes, "That's why they call it gambling." And I actually wound up on one machine that would not stop paying me. I went home with, let's see, let me figure this out. About 6 or 7 times what I started with. So I had a very good night. Oh, Renee is not near Florida. Oh, Renee from Hazestream. All right, yes, indeed, I've watched Hazestreams. Nice to have you here. Thanks. Um, so that was a profitable New Year's Eve, which was a nice way to start the new year, making money, playing games. Um, and You're gonna kill me. I don't even know if I want to admit to this, but I guess I will. We were really bored last night. Yeah, like 2 days later. So we thought, yeah, we won a little. If we go back, the chances are you're not going to win. But we thought, what the hell? Take a chance. Columbus did. So, yes, we went back last night. I'm so addicted. So, I won again. Unbelievable. I won again. Not so much. Hey! Thank you very much, Hello Bio. Thank you very much for your donation. Truly, truly appreciated. Thank you indeed. Help me to be a better boomer. I appreciate that. Um, anyway, I won again. Unbelievably. Not as much, but a nice amount. So, 2 trips up the mountain, because Genting, if you don't know, is way, way up. I don't know what the elevation is, but it's in the highlands of Malaysia, way up on top of a mountain. It's this windy, windy road it takes to get up there. It's about a hour and a half from where we live. Excuse me, and we actually I made money. I cannot believe it. Now I promised myself no more going to Genting until next month. Next month's entertainment budget. So if I come back on this stream and I say, "Hey, guess what, guys? I went to Genting again." Please kick my ass, okay? Tell me knock it off because you can only get lucky once, and in my case, I got lucky twice, 2 days apart. Doesn't happen very often. Hey, by the way, I just added this down here. You see at the bottom here? You can actually be a part of the show, and I would love to hear from you. You can Skype call me, and we will stick you right in on the show. We'll hear your audio only. We won't stick your video on. But if you'd like to be part of the show, my Skype is open and running. You just look for J Sheldon No Pants. It's the old logo with the pants with the slash through it. And you call that if you have Skype. If you don't, you want to use a phone. Long distance charges do apply if you're using a regular phone, but you can actually call with your hand phone, your cell phone, your house phone, and that's. Let me move over so I can actually read it myself. Even it's a Connecticut number, my old home state. 1-860-598-0987. You call that number, it'll connect you right into Skype, and we will put you right on the air. And you can talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. We have had calls in the past from Southern California and other places. So, by all means, if you'd like to, we would absolutely love to have you as a part of the show, and we'll put you right on the air. Just you can talk about anything you want. Don't mind whatever it is you want to talk about. I just ask that you be relatively respectful, and you don't want to do anything illegal, and keep it fairly clean. I mean, I'm very open-minded, so feel free. But we can chit chat about anything you want to chit chat. Yeah, be nice in the calls. Thanks, hello, Bio. That's that would be helpful. Um, so now I am still working on. Let's see. I'm so pleased I got my YouTube. It's actually working and it's live. That's extremely cool. My Facebook is. I'm sorry. I've got to kind of check up on these things because I want to make sure they're actually working. My not wearing pants on Facebook is working, and of course, Twitch. Twitch is always working. I use Streamlabs OBS as a studio to broadcast, and it could not be simpler for boomer idiots like me. I'm kind of tech savvy actually, but I do want to check to make double sure that I actually know what I'm doing and what I'm doing is actually working. Um, and apparently, so far, it is. So it's kind of another test night. I know it's Sunday again, Sunday morning for some of you who are sitting in bed watching, and Sunday night for us here on the other side of the world, the other part of the planet. Um, but that's going well. By the way, it's also apparently, yeah, he's not a computer expert. It's not a bit, trust me. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I will turn this camera. I will turn this camera around here so you can look onto my monitor. I have two monitors now. I just got another monitor. Just a cheesy, simple little monitor. But I'm seriously thinking about turning that around so you can actually see the mess I have to deal with here. Um, it is that. Uh, Got to keep up the bit. Yeah. Uh, all right. Um, where was I going? Bear with me. I'm trying to make sure all this stuff actually works. So far, so good. Um, oh, yeah, that's what I started to say. It is rainy season here. I thought rainy season was like a month ago, but apparently it's back with a vengeance. Um, it has rained every day for the last week, but for the last 24, 48 hours, we've had like no sun. It's been heavy rain, light rain, drizzle. Even now, the rain kind of stopped, but I just was outside and it's still kind of overcast and drizzling out there. Last night, going up the mountain, rain and fog the whole way up and the whole way back down. Um, the reason I bring that up is that Miko, who, if you don't know, Miko is my Shiba Inu dog. Ichiko Mikoto is her full official name in her pedigree, but we call her Miko. And she she has not been pleased. She has not been able uh, to go to the dog park, which is one of her favorite things to do. I'll try and get her on the stream later. If she's downstairs playing with my other half right now, but if I get a chance, I will try and get her up here again and stick her on camera. She loves to watch her face on the monitor and see. I don't know if she knows it's her or not, but she sees another dog there, so she's happy. She is, like I said, I think I said last time, Shibas are not traditionally really good with strangers or other dogs. Not Miko. Miko can't get enough. She loves other dogs, always wants to make friends, tail wagging like crazy. And people forget it. Complete strangers show up at my house and she will invite you in. Not a real watchdog. She will bark if she hears something odd. But if you break in the house, she'll just sit there jumping on you and trying to lick your face. Um, Uh, so she's a little upset because she has not been able to go to the dog park. We actually weren't even able to take her for a walk. It was raining so hard yesterday, but tonight we were able to actually uh, get out and walk around the neighborhood, let her do her stuff, and meet her friends. She's got regular doggy friends that we run into. Yeah, you're right. Hello, Bio. Shibas do make everybody melt, and they actually seem to smile. I think it's just the way their face is designed, but they actually look like they're smiling. If you check out my Facebook page, you'll see tons of pictures of Miko. Um, so when she was very very pleased with very very pleased to be able to get out for a walk tonight, and and have some fun finally. You know, a long time ago, when I first started doing this stream, and I was only on Twitch instead of simulcasting to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, um, I started a list. See? Oh, you can't see because it'll wash out in the camera. There you go. I started a list of stuff that I wanted to talk about. In fact, one of my old ones was my 7-Eleven brownies. You have to check out the brownies from 7-Eleven. We talked about that before. I'll get another pack. I'll bring them on. You'll try. I'll taste test them on camera because they're really nice. Um, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about was water. I put a note here. It says water drivers. It says water drivers. I told you before that I grew up in Connecticut. 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, fall. Um, right now, you're in the middle of winter, and in the next month or two is when usually in Connecticut you will get your heavy, heavy duty snowstorms. I've seen one snowstorm lasted several days that wound up dropping 5, 6 feet, which is what, almost a couple of meters of snow. We used to jump off the front porch, which was about 10 feet high, and you'd just go right down into the snow, and the snow would wind up above your head. I mean, I wasn't as tall as I am now, but still, it was a lot of snow. So we had four seasons, and you learn to drive in the snow. If you drive in Connecticut, you better know how to drive in the snow, or you're not going to go anywhere when there's snow and ice on the roads. And it's a skill. You really do have to develop the skill of driving in in snow and ice. Um, Here in Malaysia, obviously, we don't have snow and ice, but we have water and plenty of it. And I was explaining last night on the way home the dangers of hydroplaning. If you don't know hydroplaning, do a web search and check out what hydroplaning is. It's basically when there's so much water, a layer of water on the road, that it creates a film between your tire and the road. And it's like driving on ice, very much like driving on ice. Um, we actually hit one puddle last night that kind of jerked the car around a little bit, a bit of hydro. It doesn't matter how good your tires are; they could be brand new Pirelli, Michelin, whatever the best tires are. Uh, if you start to hydroplane, it's like ice. You have to be really careful. You don't get that kind of snow in the UK. Yet rain, cold rain, and warm rain. Well, at least you have a variety. Um, so anyway, we when it rains here, we're not. How can I put this and be politically correct? Okay, I'm not going to be politically correct. Drivers in Malaysia, for the most part, pretty much suck. Not everybody, but a whole lot of buddies. I don't know. You, we, one of my favorite phrases in Malaysia, when you see somebody hogging the road or not signaling or just acting like they own the road, we say, "Hey, this your grandfather's road or what?" I mean, there's a shorter way of saying it. Your grandfather's road on. So, yeah, New England seasons. Hello, Bio. You gotta love or hate them. Um, Malaysian drivers, a lot of them ain't so good. I think they purposely take the turn signals out of cars here when they import the cars or they build the cars. They just don't put them in. Um, People would just pull out in front of you. Driving here is an adventure. Anyway, when it rains, it's like driving in New England when it snows. Everybody goes nuts. They're just, I call them water drivers. If you normally would do 60, 70, 80 kilometers an hour down the road, instantly half the drivers on the road drop to 30 or 40 kilometers an hour, which is really slow. And it's annoying. Anyway, no big topic, no big conclusion to this. Just to know that in Malaysia, water drivers drive me nuts. And I've dealt with a lot of them in the last week or two because they're everywhere. Uh, oh, mm, a very cool one, by the way. You have trouble sleeping? Coming up, I'm going to tell you how to solve that problem if you have trouble falling asleep at night. I found the coolest method because I had 2020 in addition to everything else that everybody was going through. 2020 piled on Jay for some unbelievable reason. I talked about this briefly before in a previous episode. I wound up last February or March with shingles. And if you don't know what shingles is, again, look it up. Uh, One of the things you will find if you do a search is it is the worst pain probably of all. Okay, maybe not childbirth, but I have not nor will I ever experience childbirth. I am sure that is painful a lot. So, given that I can't compare, I will tell you that shingles is not only the worst pain, but it lasts forever. I had it. It's caused by the chickenpox virus, and every if you had chickenpox, you have the shingles virus in your body. Normally, it will stay dormant somewhere in the back of your neck, and then it will, if you're under stress, if your immune system is weakened a bit, you get run down, it can activate. And so the little shingles virus says, "Ooh, time to attack now." And off it goes. You'll wind up itchy with like a rash that will turn into these gross, whatever they're called, an ooze, and then slowly clear up. But this takes months. And the pain. Let me tell you about the pain. It is 24/7. It never goes away. This started in February of 2020. Right now, as I sit here live on the air, I still have 3% of the pain that I had all the time since last, for almost a full year. Still, it started, and it's, by the way, when you get it, it's only on half of your body. Some people get it on their face, which can be very dangerous and cause blindness if you don't get it treated. But it's one half because it runs down a nerve in your body, and your nerves in your body are split into sections. Mine was from the center of my chest around the side to the back, but only half. Thank God. If it was the whole thing, I don't know what I would have done. Many occasions in the last 6, 8 months, 11 months, I was in tears because the pain was so bad. It's unbelievable. There is a vaccination you can get. Sadly, here in Malaysia, we only have the live version of the vaccination, and I just don't dare take it. Even though I've had shingles, I should have a vaccination to prevent it from recurring, because it can, and God knows I don't want that to happen. But honestly, I don't know why. Yeah, shingles absolutely blows. Um, I got through it. Like I said, it's still, all of the rash is gone. All that's all cleared up. I look relatively normal, much as I ever look normal. And but the pain, literally the pain, is still there. Very minor, but it's still there to this day. You do not want to get shingles if you can get vaccinated against it. If you've had chicken pox, you have shingles. It's just a matter of whether it wants to attack you or not. Um, all right, so that's my shingles story. In addition, about August, I wound up with a hernia. Yay! Honestly, it's like, what do you do? You know? Yeah. So on my left side, below my belly button, off to the left, to be family friendly about describing where it was, I wound up with a hernia. I just had an operation about a month ago, maybe just almost a month. Um, Recovered from that. Anyway, all of this, there was a point to all of this Jay's medical history chit chat. Um, the point was, I couldn't get to sleep at night. I wound up with some meds that the doc gave me to help me for the pain of the shingles and to help me sleep, because it does. It knocks me out like that. But I don't take meds very often. I won't even take an aspirin or a Panadol. Panadol is the Malaysian version of Tylenol, um, if I can help it. Um, excuse me. So I when I really, really need to get a night's sleep, I will take one of these meds. I forget what it's. I want to say gabapectin, but I may be wrong. Um, anyway, I did some research online to find out breathing exercises that would help me sleep, and I found this method, which I promise you will work. I've tried it. It works for me 100%. I've suggested it to other people who've mentioned that they had trouble falling asleep. They tried it and they tell me it works. And it's the weirdest thing. I don't know why. I looked it up online and it said something about it controls your heart rate. It brings your heart rate down. I don't know. Anyway, I call it the 478 method. You might have heard it before. The 478 method is quite simple to do actually, and easy to remember. You just remember the numbers 4, 7, 8. You breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Now, again, it doesn't have to be exactly 4 seconds. If you're going to start to get hung up about that, you're probably not going to get to sleep. So you breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Then you hold your breath, fill your lungs, 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. And then you slowly let out the breath, exhale for 8 seconds. Honest to God, you can do it once or twice. And the next thing I know, I'm asleep and it's morning. It's like I'll remember doing it when I was trying to get to sleep the next morning and go, oh, I didn't remember falling asleep. But it absolutely works. It's insane. Give it a try. Tonight, whatever, later tonight. 4, 7, 8. Breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Hold it for 7. And then exhale for 8 seconds. And you just do that. Yeah, you should be paying me for this. You're right. Dr. J. No, I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. But it works. Give it a try, and then the next time we're live, let me know. Come on the stream and let me know. Or if you want, see this? You can call. There. I have to put my black shirt in front of it so you can see it. I need to put a background on that. Be part of the show. Call in with Skype 1-860-598-0987. Toll charges apply if you're not in Connecticut. Or just Skype J Sheldon. You can Skype in on the show, and uh, and I will get your call. Um, Actually, you know what? I'm going to start this call right now. There we go. Okay, let me close that. All right. So if you want to join, anyway, and you can next time I'm on live, try this method 478. Give it a shot. Even if you don't have trouble sleeping, try it and see if it works for you. It has done wonders for me. It absolutely. And again, you can do it repeatedly as many times as you like. But for me, after maybe 3 or 4 times of doing that 478, 478, 478, I'm out. I'm gone. Jay has left the building. So it's not bad. It actually it's worked really well for me. Give it a try. Give it a shot. If you have trouble sleeping, thank me for the advice. If you don't, try it anyway. See if it works. You never know. Uh, all right. So that covered my 478. See, this was supposed to just be a test, and it turned into I'm actually bringing up a few of these topics that I wanted to talk about. So, oh yeah, by the way, let me switch back to my other camera here. I uh, I wound up I wound up doing some lighting here, and I've got my rainbow that you can't see. I'm very upset. And then this giant purple thing in the background. I'm gonna I'm gonna slide back, but I have to be careful because I'm not wearing pants. Over here, if I move out of the shot, there you see, it's an LED tube. It's purple, and it's too bright, and it's not dimmable. So I have some Japanese rice paper, shoji paper, and I wrapped it with 4 layers of shoji paper, and it's still bloody bright. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's just like a nice little hump of weird light in there. It's a background. What can I say? Uh, all right. Let's see. You want to talk about Mrs. Myers? Do you know who Mrs. Myers is? Y'all have heard of the Amityville Horror, no doubt. Um, if you're a fan of the supernatural and a fan of ghosts and ghost hunting, I have a personal I have a personal story about Mrs. Myers. You can look her up. I think it was Ethel Myers was I think her first name was Ethel. I am scary stuff. Low key obsessed. All right, in that case, just for you, hello Bio, since you were so generous to us tonight, I will tell you the Mrs. Myers story. Um, I should probably. All right, I'm not going to, but I should probably Google or DuckDuckGo because I'd rather not support Google, given. Well, let's just leave it at that. Um, anyway, uh, I'll just go by my memory. Um, for sure, the Amityville Horror. Many others. Mrs. Myers was a psychic. I have to believe by now she's probably passed on. She was involved in a lot of extremely famous haunting cases. It was believed that she could communicate. Uh, when I was in Connecticut on radio, in addition to doing a morning kind of comedy, typical morning show, at the end of my show, I used to do a talk show, open forum talk show. We'd talk about whatever it was you wanted to talk about. And I used to have regular guests on my show of Ed and Lorraine Warren because they lived just a few towns away from where our studio and radio station was. And I'm sure that you have heard of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Everything from The Conjuring to what's that doll? That doll that stays in a case and can't come out of the case. Um, I forget what she's called. If you know, put it in the chat. Um, Annabelle. It just popped in my head. Annabelle. Um, they actually owned Annabelle. They had an amazing museum in their at their home, which was, like I said, really close to where our studio was. Excuse me. So Ed and Lorraine Warren used to be regular guests. But back to Mrs. Myers. When I lived in growing up, I lived in Cornwall, Connecticut, and I specifically lived in West Cornwall, Connecticut, which is where the covered bridge is. You'll see the iconic covered bridge over the Housatonic River. So my family had a big bungalow, big house, because we were a big family, and just up the road, about 400 or 500 meters, maybe a kilometer, uh, was what we used to call the house with a pink chimney. I don't know that it's still there because I haven't been back to Cornwall in 25, 30 years. The house with the pink chimney was where Mrs. Myers lived. And Mrs. Myers was the psychic who worked on all these famous cases, including the Amityville case, the Amityville Horror. By the way, when I read that book, I didn't sleep for 3 days. I should have known the 478 method back then. But she lived there, and she had this dog. It was one of these little ankle biters, we call them, these little yappy dogs, and plants all over the house. And the rumor was that she could talk to her plants, but more importantly, Mrs. Myers' plants talked to her. So my sister Kathy got hired to feed the dog while Mrs. Myers was away. And so she had a key to the place. This was West Cornwall, Connecticut, back in the 70s. So, you leave your doors open, whatever. Very small town, maybe 1,500 people in the whole town, if that, when I lived there. Um, she would go and you had to cook food specifically, like people food for the dog. There was no open a bag of Purina and dump it in the bowl. You had to cook the food a certain way. It had to be just specially prepared, everything else. And you couldn't cheat because the plants would tell Mrs. Myers when she got back. So there were occasions, yeah, haunted plants. What does a ghost want with a fern? Good question. Wait, this gets better. So there was an occasion where my sister was not able to do the dog feeding. Oh yeah, feed the dog and water the plants. So again, you better make sure you water all the plants or they will tell on you. So my sister couldn't do it for a couple of days, and I wound up volunteering to to fill in for her. So I got the key and I went up to Mrs. Meyer's house and I walked in and I can't find the dog. The dog has disappeared. It didn't escape. Somewhere it is in the house. Maybe it's invisible. I don't know. But this ankle biting little yappy dog was nowhere to be found. Um, the plants were all still there. So I had to like water all the plants, and she had a million plants everywhere. And all the while I'm thinking, okay, I have to be nice to these plants because if I'm not, they will tell Mrs. Myers. I mean, I'm a kid. What do I know? I heard the stories. And finally I'm starting to cook the food. I think, okay, if I start cooking the food for the dog will smell it, and wherever the dog is hiding, it will come out from there. So I start cooking the food, the dog doesn't show up. I'm going around the house. It's not a big place. It's a little ranch, one level type house with a pink chimney, and can't find the dog anywhere. Suddenly, I go into the living room, and it was like a Pekingese. I don't think it was Pekingese, but that size dog. And I'm looking around. I forget what the dog's name was. Yeah, the plants ate the dog, 100%. No, I don't. Well, what happened was I look around nowhere. I mean, I'm looking on the floor because that's where dogs would be, maybe on a couch or a chair, but they would be on the floor. I look on top and there's a bookcase. It's taller than me. It was probably 6 feet tall. And then there's a space above the bookcase before the ceiling. There's the dog. Scared the out of me. How it got up there, I have no idea. It was literally sitting on top of the bookcase, and there's nothing right next to it. It can't jump up. I do not know. So I very nicely got the dog down off the top of the bookcase and put it on the floor, and it ran out in the kitchen and started eating the food I had cooked. But again, I'm not going to doubt that the plants were telling Mrs. Myers what was going on. If her dog can fly, I'll believe the plant story. I have no idea. But the plants got watered well, and the dog got fed exactly the right way. And flying dogs and Mrs. Myers is about all. I mean, that's enough. Because again, like I said, I know the kind of ghosts and things that this woman has dealt with in the past. So far be it from little Jay Sheldon to be questioning abilities. That was very weird. That's my Mrs. Myers story. Um, Ed and Lorraine Warren, I got a million stories, and I will share them with you. Yeah, I lived a goosebump story. You're exactly right. The flying dog. um, Ed and Lorraine were absolutely wonderful people. They were so special, and it was a pleasure having them on the show. I actually went with them uh, on a uh, on a ghost hunt once. Someone had called in live on the show and had said that they thought there was a room in their home that was haunted, that it always felt more cold in that room, and they just had a few weird incidents happen. So they agreed right after we were to, the show ran from 9 to 10 a.m. So right after our talk show was over, and they were the guests on it, we took off and we went and they did kind of a reading at the house. I'll tell you that story on another show. I won't bore you with yet another ghost story. I'll save that one for next time. That was a lot of fun. Ed and Lorraine Warren were really truly wonderful people, and it was a real pleasure to have known them. I know Ed has passed away. I'm not sure if Lorraine has joined him or not. I have a feeling that she has passed, but I'm not sure. Again, you can web search that and find out. Excuse me, coffee went down the wrong tube. Okay. Um, wow. Goodness. All right, I'll survive. If I survive 2020, I'll survive a little cough. Okay. Um, I have another idea, by the way. I mean, in the past we've done. Oh, Lorraine is still alive. Wonderful. Oh, that is really. I'm so pleased to know that. That is great. Um, like I said, Lorraine is a wonderful lady. I enjoyed very much having Ed and Lorraine on the show, and they were always more than generous with their time. That's very cool. Um, all right. So anyway, in the past, the old boomer guy me has done Pong. We played Pong. We're not playing any games tonight. In fact, I haven't even got that one set up. The most recently we did Boomer Doom, which is the old 8-bit Doom game we were playing while I was chatting about absolutely anything else but playing Doom. And so I had another idea for something weird that I can do on this show. Oh wait, never mind. She passed very recently. Hello, Bio says extremely little about it. Hope she's resting in peace. You are very correct. I indeed hope she is resting in peace. Apparently, she has Lorraine has passed. Her and Ed are together again. Sorry. All right. Indeed, Lorraine, rest in peace. Thanks for that. Hello, Bio. All right. So anyway, my idea to roller coaster of emotions. Admit none. Thanks. Admit none. Um, yeah, really. Um, so my idea for uh, for something else to entertain you with is to. I spend a lot of time on Facebook because I'm a boomer. I know nobody who's anybody is actually on Facebook, but we old boomers are. So, oops, my camera just moved. I'm gonna move it back. There. Okay. Um, I spend a ton of time on Facebook. Now, to be fair, for my business, I manage several Facebook pages. I have looked them up, by the way. Please give us a like and a follow. I have Urban Jungle Food. You'll find that on Facebook and YouTube. Uh, I have Random Acts, which is my favorite show. We're going to get back into production very soon for Random Acts. Random Acts Malaysia is where you'll find that on Facebook. Um, so I'm on Facebook a lot, besides for work. And I find myself what I'm doing is I sit here and I scroll. I scroll through Facebook and make comments out loud to myself. while I'm going through. I'll see something somebody posted and go, nah, you're an idiot. Or are you kidding me? Or yeah, go, nice, good job. So what I thought I would do, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to, but I really don't give a crap, is I will just like with my here, let me show you my Doom page. Okay. When I do a game, I have all this set up and over there, usually in that big black space is where the game would be playing. So what I thought I would do would be over there in that big black space, we'll do Facebook review. So again, the algorithms force certain crap into my Facebook that doesn't show up in your Facebook or anyone else's, but I'll sit here and scroll through what my Facebook feed is and make comments about it. Sometimes I hit like or angry or sad or crying or haha, and other times I make smart ass comments. But this way, I can do them live. Yes, sports commentating for Facebook. Brilliant. Hello, Bio. If you're not, hello, Bio from Twitch. Um, yeah, sports commentating for Facebook. There's the pitch. High and outside. Strike one. Oh, no, that would be a ball, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's been so long since I saw a baseball game, I couldn't tell you. All right, so that's my plan. Next time, if I'm bored or I run out of topics to talk about on my topic list, we will do Facebook live review, and we'll chit chat about what my Facebook feed contains. And trust me, it's got some weird stuff in it. That alone will be worth the price of admission. All right, guys. Wow, I've been chatting about absolute nothing for almost an hour now. Um, cool. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for hanging out and showing up. Please follow, like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm there too under at it's J Sheldon, ITS J Sheldon, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the addition to my campaign to become a better boomer. Appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. And again, write it down anytime you want to chit chat, especially when we're live on the show. I've set up Skype so that I can take your audio portion of the call live here on the air. And you can either Skype Jay Sheldon or just call that number over here, right there. It's a number in Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, it should be pretty much toll free. If you're not, then toll charges if you want to use your phone or to call in. But please do appreciate it. All right, that's gonna do it for yet another live stream triple cast on Jay Sheldon. I'm not wearing pants. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hey, resident dimwit. You finally caught one of my streams. Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you. And don't call me Mr. Sheldon. Mr. Sheldon was my father. I'm just Jay. So cool. You joined right at the end. Yeah, sorry, mate. I've been on for almost an hour now, so I probably missed a bunch of chats. I just realized I'm seeing my Twitch chats, but I didn't see anything else. I have to click on the multi-stream. The boomer techie does it again. All right. No, please don't be sorry, resident dimwit. You're more than welcome anytime. I will be putting a schedule together. I know I said that last time and I haven't yet, but I will be putting a schedule together. By the way, starting tomorrow, I'm semi back at the office on a regular basis, so I won't have as much time, but that's all right. We'll figure it out, and I'll get a schedule and actually get a chance to say hey and on a regular basis. I appreciate everyone who has popped in here and joined the stream, and I hope I didn't bore you too badly. I will see you again when I see you. keep an eye out for notifications or emails or whatever. And like, follow, share, all those things. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Thanks again, everybody, and enjoy your week, your work week ahead. If you still have a bit of weekend, enjoy that too. Good night.
Yo.